What's up, Force fans? Welcome back to the Star Wars Vault. Wow, what crazy news from J.J. Abrams. It's looking like Ashoka Tano will finally make it to the big screen in one form or another. Today we are going to break down how we think that will happen and all the possible ways she can be implemented, as well as what that means for the final chapter of the Skywalker saga. Also, if you haven't heard about this, I'm going to read through the interview and we'll speculate on all that. Before we jump into the video, I just want to thank you guys for watching and remind you to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell for more awesome Star Wars content in the future. Okay, let's get this party started. So we have to talk about what J.J. Abrams said in the first place. So the original interview was on SorenNews24.com, and I will link it in the description below if you want to read the entire interview. But for this video, I'm just going to start a bit before the huge news drop. So J.J. Abrams was being interviewed by someone with the abbreviation PK. I don't know who this person is, and I'm sorry for that. But here we go. So, PK, who was your favorite Star Wars character, whether from your time as a fan or as a director? Abrams, it's Han Solo. PK, that was quick. Abrams, everybody loves Han, right? I mean, his first appearance in Episode 4 is just the best. He's nihilistic, shy, unique, rash, scoundrel, but he also has a strong sense of justice. By the way, who's your favorite character? PK. Me? Ashoka Tano. Sorry for picking someone who only appears in the animated stuff, but I really like her positive, determined personality. Abrams. Ahsoka, huh? Well, you're probably going to want to watch closely during the Rise of Skywalker. PK. Whoa, wait, what? Abrams. Haha, well, just enjoy the movie. Wow, that was pretty crazy. Ahsoka has to be one of the most loved characters in all of Star Wars. Not just to me, but for a lot of people. She's one of the baddest Jedis in all of Star Wars lore, and one of the few people who ever survived a lightsaber battle with Darth Vader. She captured our hearts in the Clone Wars and would honestly be amazing to see her in live action. For those of you who don't know who Ahsoka is or haven't watched all of the Clone Wars and Rebels, I'll give you a brief recap of who she is and where she is the last time that we saw her. So Ashoka Tano is a female of the Togruta species from the planet Sheely. She was discovered to be Force sensitive by Jedi Master Plo Koon and brought to Coruscant for training. She was incredibly skilled, and Grandmaster Yoda decided to make her Anakin Skywalker's apprentice. I'm not going to tell you all of the awesome stuff she did, or all of the crazy adventures they went on. Just go watch the Clone Wars show, like, right now, or right after this video. But after losing the trust of the Jedi Council, only to prove her innocence, she abandons the Jedi Order before the end of the Clone Wars. And that was the last that we saw of her until Star Wars Rebels, where Ahsoka reappeared first as a secret rebel agent named Fulcrum, and then she eventually takes a starring role again, assisting the rebels against the Empire. During this time, she begins to realize that the Sith Lord Darth Vader was her old master Anakin Skywalker. This revelation leads to an emotional battle in the Sith Temple on Malachor. The battle ends in what we think is Ahsoka's death and the destruction of the temple. We waited for 2 seasons with the assumption that she was gone. When Ezra Bridger found Ahsoka in the World Between Worlds, a place that exists outside of time and space. Through the portal, he watched the end of Ahsoka's battle with Vader, and then in the last seconds pulls her into the portal and saves her life. She eventually goes back to her time, safe from Vader, and we don't see her again until the last scene of Star Wars Rebels, where she is waiting for Sabine Wren to guide her to find Ezra. So all of that being said, we know that she is alive, so what does that mean for the Rise of Skywalker? Well, she very well could be in this movie, which would undoubtedly be awesome, but it would have to be done very well not to confuse the plot. A couple of things that would be nice to see would be some kind of flashback to her and Anakin, or something along those lines. I really want this movie to include Anakin, so it is a little bit of wishful thinking, but very possible. Ahsoka could also show up to fight the First Order or the Emperor, and I can't lie, that would be pretty awesome to see Ahsoka fighting with her 2 white lightsabers. She also could be with Ezra Bridger, adding more Jedi, and maybe we would get some massive lightsaber battle versus the Emperor and basically everyone else. That would be amazing to see, and something that we've kind of been waiting for a long time. Ahsoka could also just be referenced in the movie and have very little to do with anything. J.J. Abrams did mention to pay close attention, so she could just be like background or something, which would kind of suck, but you know, we'll see. It's really anyone's guess here, and please comment on what you think will happen. So with all that being said, the worst case scenario here is that she's haphazardly added into the movie as fan service, and her being there adds nothing to the story. I really hope that we are far beyond that at this point. Nothing would suck more than if she just was there and gone, or something dumb where all she does is add more questions to an already massive list of questions that need to be answered in this film. But if done correctly and with extreme care and hopefully some outside insight from people like Dave Filoni, who worked on the Clone Wars and Rebels and played a huge part in Ahsoka's story, Ahsoka being there could add a ton to this movie, and it could end up fixing some of the damage that was done by The Last Jedi. It's one step forward, one step of about 100 that need to be taken, but it's in the right direction nonetheless. The bottom line is, it is nice to see that J.J. Abrams even knows who Ashoka Tano is and is paying a little bit of attention to anything beyond the actual movies. Ahsoka is a very beloved character, and the outrage shown with what happened to Luke can definitely be equaled if they ruin her too, so be careful, Disney. Either way, I'm super pumped for this movie. The last TV spot gave me a lot of hope, and if you haven't seen our breakdown of that yet, I'll link that in the description as well. But that's not enough to alleviate the massive amount of nervousness I feel as well. The Last Jedi really hurt the franchise and the story, and I love Star Wars so much, I just want a solid movie. So what do you guys think about all this? Make sure you leave us a comment. That's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some knowledge and maybe a couple ideas of how Ahsoka might show up in this movie. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up and please subscribe and hit the bell for more Star Wars news and content in the future. Only a few days away, and we will be putting out some more Rise of Skywalker videos this week, including an immediate review on Thursday night after we see the movie. We're seeing it at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you know, we're gonna put the review up like as soon as we can, and we're gonna do one review. Well, it'll probably be just one video, but we'll do the beginning of the review with no spoilers, so definitely check it out, and then we'll leave like 30 seconds in the middle of before we start spoiling anything. So be sure to hit the bell so that you guys can see that right away. Stay tuned, Force fans. Thank you so much for watching. We love you all, and may the Force be with you always.